Welcome to our YouTube video where we delve into the transformative power of habits as outlined in the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. In this video, we'll explore the key takeaways and insights from the book to help you make small changes that can have a big impact on your life. So, let's dive into the summary of this incredible book. But before we dive into the content, I kindly request a moment of your time to appreciate this video by liking it, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that notification bell. Your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Atomic Habits by James Clear is a self-help book that provides a framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones. It offers practical strategies for making small, consistent changes that can lead to significant personal growth. Atomic Habits provides a practical and proven framework for creating good habits and shedding bad ones. Drawing on scientific research and real-life examples, it shows how tiny changes in behavior can result in the formation of new habits and help you achieve big things. James Clear is an author and entrepreneur who focuses on habits and their potential to support self-improvement. In a weekly newsletter received by hundreds of thousands of people, Clear writes about the science of habits and human behavior, sharing stories from his own life and from the lives of top performers in business, sports, the arts, and other fields. Atomic Habits by James Clear is a groundbreaking book that offers a fresh perspective on how small habits can lead to remarkable results. Clear emphasizes the importance of focusing on the process and systems rather than the goals themselves. By making tiny changes in our daily habits, we can create significant improvements over time. Clear introduces the concept of the habit loop, which consists of cue, craving, response, and reward. By understanding and manipulating these components, we can build and break habits effectively. He illustrates the power of habit stacking, habit tracking, and habit shaping to create lasting behavior changes. In the book, Clear presents the 4 laws of behavior change that serve as a framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones. These laws include making habits obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. By applying these principles to our daily routines, we can rewire our brains and set ourselves up for success. Another key concept in Atomic Habits is the idea of identity-based habits. Clear suggests that by changing our beliefs and self-image, we can transform our habits more effectively. When we see ourselves as the type of person who engages in positive behaviors, we are more likely to follow through on our habits. Clear introduces the 2-minute rule, which states that any habit can be started by doing it for just 2 minutes. By breaking down our habits into smaller, more manageable tasks, we can overcome procrastination and build momentum towards our goals. Habit tracking is another powerful tool discussed in the book. By keeping a record of our habits and progress, we can stay accountable and motivated to continue our journey of personal development. Clear emphasizes the importance of consistency and perseverance in building lasting habits. Lastly, Clear highlights the impact of environment design on our habits. By creating an environment that supports our goals and reduces friction, we can make it easier to maintain our desired behaviors. From rearranging our workspace to removing temptations, small changes in our surroundings can lead to significant changes in our habits. Atomic Habits is the definitive guide to breaking bad behaviors and adopting good ones in 4 steps, showing you how small, incremental, everyday routines compound into massive, positive change over time. Atomic Habits delivers a compelling guide on creating lasting change through the power of small, daily routines. Here's why this book is a must-read. Filled with practical, actionable advice, it enables readers to transform their lives by adopting tiny habits that lead to big results. Combining scientific research, real-life examples, and personal anecdotes, the book is informative, engaging, and easy to digest. Its captivating storytelling and unique insights keep readers interested, making personal growth enjoyable and inspiring. Discover the power of habit building and unlock new possibilities by picking up a copy of Atomic Habits today. Here is a sentence showcasing the greatness of a quote of this extraordinary book. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. No single instance will transform your beliefs, but as the votes build up, so does the evidence of your new identity. James Clear. One of the best keynote speeches I've seen is Seth Godin's presentation for his book Linchpin. On one of the slides, he shows a baseball bat flying into the stands, with people ducking away and raising their arms in terror. While Seth uses the picture to make a point about our irrational fears, in some rare cases, those fears come true. James Clear was one of those cases. When he was in high school, a loose bat smashed right into his face. Broken nose, dangerous brain swellings, dislocated eyes, fractures. His recovery took months. Here are 3 lessons to help you use everything he's learned to break bad habits and form good ones. Every time we perform a habit, we execute a 4-step pattern. Cue, craving, response, reward. If we want to form new habits, we should make them obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. You can use a habit tracker as a fun way to measure your progress and make sure you don't fall off the wagon. Let's see what it takes to form new habits by learning from a true habit master. Lesson 1. All habits are based on a 4-step pattern, which consists of cue, craving, response, and reward. In 1776, Adam Smith laid the foundation of modern economics in his magnum opus, The Wealth of Nations. One of his most famous observations is that, in a free market system, all workers naturally maximize their own society's welfare, even if merely acting in their own best interest. He is in this, as in many other cases, led by an invisible hand to promote an end which was no part of his intention. When it comes to habits, James suggests that environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. That's why a prompt is always the first step in performing any habit. It may not always be external, but most of the time it will be. Then, 3 more stages follow to complete the 4-step pattern. Cue. A piece of information that suggests there's a reward to be found, like the smell of a cookie or a dark room waiting to light up. Craving. The motivation to change something to get the reward, like tasting the delicious cookie or being able to see. Response. Whatever thought or action you need to take to get to the reward. Reward. The satisfying feeling you get from the change, along with the lesson whether to do it again or not. Lesson 2. To form habits, you must make them obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. From the 4-step pattern he suggests, James then derives 4 laws of behavior change, which correspond to one part of the loop each. Here they are, along with some ideas for how you can use them to facilitate good behaviors and make bad ones harder. Make it obvious. Don't hide your fruits in your fridge. Put them on display front and center. Make it attractive. Start with the fruit you like the most so you'll actually want to eat one when you see it. Make it easy. Don't create needless friction by focusing on fruits that are hard to peel. Bananas and apples are super easy to eat, for example. Make it satisfying. If you like the fruit you picked, you'll love eating it and feel healthier as a result. You can apply these to all kinds of good habits like running, working on a side project, spending more time with family, and so on. Conversely, do the opposite for bad habits. Make them invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. For example, you could hide your cigarettes, add financial penalties, get rid of all lighters, and only allow yourself to smoke outside in the cold. Lesson 3. A habit tracker is a fun and easy way to ensure you stick to your new behaviors. With a framework like this, making and breaking habits becomes fun. You'll likely want to tackle multiple things sooner rather than later, but it's important to not take on too much at once. An easy way of keeping yourself accountable without becoming overwhelmed is to track your habits with a habit tracker. The idea is simple. You keep a record of all the behaviors you want to establish or abandon, and, at the end of each day, you mark which ones you succeeded with. This record can be a single piece of paper, a journal, a calendar, or a digital tool like an app. This strategy is based on what's sometimes called the Seinfeld productivity hack. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld apparently marked his calendar with a big X every day he came up with a joke. Soon, his goal was to not break the chain. It's a simple but effective strategy to help you build good habits. When it comes to changing our behavior, we all need to find out what works for us. That said, there are several scientifically proven strategies we should all try first. Atomic Habits is a complete, fun, engaging, and simple to understand compendium of those strategies. I highly recommend you make it your first stop when wanting to learn about the science of habits. Who would I recommend the Atomic Habits Summary to? Those who want to form better habits or shake off bad ones. People who love understanding why they behave in a certain way. Achievers hoping to achieve even more. The 17-year-old high school athlete who wants to go pro in college. The 43-year-old overworked creative who struggles with finding time for sports, and anyone who's never written down a list of their habits. In Atomic Habits, James Clear explores the science behind how habits form and how to build habits that stick. The first part deconstructs the process of habit formation, from the initial cue or trigger, to the craving driving the behavior, to the response, and finally the reward that cements the routine. Clear then offers practical strategies for developing positive habits, breaking down the steps needed to implement desired behaviors incrementally. His methods emphasize starting small, incorporating tiny habits into your life, designing your environment for success, and finding ways to make habits satisfying through immediate rewards. Ensure the practice is attractive to you, as it represents the second key principle. Stimulate the natural mechanism of reward in the brain, which dopamine powers, by pairing pleasurable activities. Clear discusses the significant influence of dopamine, a neurotransmitter linked to pleasure and motivation, in the development of habits. Dopamine is released not only during moments of pleasure but also in anticipation of them. Our actions are often driven by the anticipated results. James Clear recommends making your habits more attractive by pairing an enjoyable activity with one that is essential. Combining an enjoyable activity with a necessary but less appealing duty can make the essential task more attractive. Frequent actions can enhance the probability of those that happen less often. For example, set a rule for yourself to indulge in your favorite podcast exclusively when you're out for a stroll. Design your environment and alter your methods to reduce the effort needed. Clear emphasizes the idea that when presented with two comparable choices, people naturally gravitate towards the one that requires the minimal effort. To increase the regularity of your beneficial habits, it's crucial to streamline the processes required for their execution. Boost your habits' effectiveness by reducing barriers and ensuring they are easier to adopt. Clear proposes various tactics such as designing a setting that nurtures your aspirations. Design your surroundings to make the desired behaviors more noticeable and simpler to initiate. Keep a book on your nightstand as an invitation to engage in reading. Ensure that your kitchen is stocked with a variety of nutritious snacks to enhance your dietary habits. Fostering a supportive environment. Design your surroundings to facilitate the tasks you intend to engage in. Arrange your workout clothes ahead of time by placing them out the night before. Set up your coffee maker in advance, during the previous evening. Consider how small choices, like opting to prepare dinner in your kitchen instead of getting takeout, can shape the entire course of your day. By designing an environment that supports your objectives and removing obstacles, you reduce the reliance on self-discipline to sustain positive habits. Make certain that the procedure is enjoyable and provides immediate positive feedback, confirming the receipt of rewards. Clear underscores that our brains naturally prefer immediate rewards, irrespective of their magnitude. To increase the likelihood of a habit taking root, it's essential to make it satisfying by providing immediate rewards. Once you've completed the habit, treat yourself to a small reward, like the pleasure of marking a task as done on your habit monitoring method. Clear recommends associating your routines with tasks that you find enjoyable. Listen to your favorite music as you participate in an exercise session. Introducing immediate rewards to your beneficial routines can make them more attractive and improve the likelihood of them taking root. Implementing tactics like the behavior scorecard, utilizing commitment tools, and embracing a rule that limits tasks to a 2-minute span can greatly affect the alteration of habits. Monitoring habits enhances self-awareness and also elevates a sense of achievement and motivation. Clear emphasizes the importance of diligently observing one's routine activities to strengthen desired behavioral habits. Keeping track of your routine actions heightens awareness of your own successes, makes these tasks more attractive by underscoring your forward movement, and provides immediate satisfaction through the direct observation of your advancements. James Clear suggests beginning the habit tracking process by using a simple calendar. Maintain a daily log to track your consistency with the routine. The increasing line of excess visually represents your progress and commitment, cultivating a sense of accomplishment and encouraging ongoing dedication. Employing strategies that solidify positive habits and at the same time increase the difficulty of sustaining negative ones can enhance the establishment of beneficial routines. Clear advises on the implementation of tactics that strengthen positive behaviors and prevent the formation of detrimental ones going forward. By establishing personal limits, you narrow down your choices, which makes it harder to engage in detrimental behaviors and supports the cultivation of beneficial routines. Entrust a dependable friend with the safekeeping of your credit card to help reduce unnecessary expenditures. Prepaying for a session with a personal trainer can enhance your commitment to a consistent exercise routine. Employing automation enhances this approach even further. Leverage digital tools to create systems that spontaneously encourage desired actions or inhibit unfavorable ones. Implementing this approach eliminates the need to depend on spontaneous choices or the application of willpower. For example, you might set up your bills for automatic payment to avoid late fees, impose limits on your internet usage to cut down on social media time, or join a program that automatically manages savings contributions to steadily build your future financial assets. Starting habits that require only 2 minutes each day to complete simplifies the process and makes it achievable. James Clear advises initiating a habit with a task that can be done quickly, preferably in less than 2 minutes, to make the habit-forming process more efficient and to ease the beginning and consistent engagement with the new behavior. To prevent the establishment of goals that are excessively challenging, like writing a novel, learning a new language, or preparing for a marathon, streamline the process by breaking it down into activities that are achievable within a short, preferably under a few minutes time frame. For instance, you could make your objective as straightforward as initiating the process by opening your notes and jotting down an initial sentence. By diminishing the initial effort needed, this method simplifies the beginning phase. After overcoming the initial challenge, the habit becomes significantly easier to sustain. Starting with small actions encourages advancement and cultivates the essential habit of regularity, which enhances the likelihood of additional progress stemming from those initial humble beginnings. The importance of individual belief and environmental factors in establishing habits. Our surroundings, encompassing the physical locations and the social contexts we experience, play a crucial role in the development of our habits. Environmental cues and social norms powerfully shape our behavior, often without our conscious awareness. James Clear emphasizes the substantial influence that our surroundings have in forming our habits. Our environment continuously presents stimuli that activate our habitual reactions. The configuration of objects on your kitchen counter, along with the notifications from your phone, can influence your behavior in subtle ways that you might not consciously notice. The authors also emphasize that the often unspoken norms governing our social circles significantly influence our behavior. We frequently develop habits by subconsciously emulating the behaviors of our family, friends, and colleagues. The traits of our peer groups can influence us to engage in behaviors that may be beneficial or harmful. Designing a setting that discourages detrimental habits and encourages beneficial ones is crucial. James Clear underscores the significance of deliberately shaping an environment that nurtures the habits you aim to develop. Designing your surroundings in a way that minimizes cues for negative habits and amplifies prompts for beneficial ones can make it easier to stick to your goals. Having your exercise equipment easily available can be advantageous. Creating an environment that aligns with your aspirations can reduce barriers and make it easier to adopt beneficial habits. The beliefs and values that form our core being significantly shape our capacity to form and maintain habits. Our actions reflect our true selves and must align with the identity we seek to embody. James Clear emphasizes the deep connection between our habits and our identity, including the values we cherish. Our cultivated habits mirror our self-perception. Adopting the identity of a person who prioritizes fitness can enhance the chances of participating consistently in exercise routines. Identifying oneself as a reader tends to naturally draw one towards books. To create lasting habits, it's important to focus on developing into someone for whom the desired outcomes happen naturally. Your journey of personal development is fundamentally transformed when you integrate your habits into your very identity. Adopting flexible and changeable self-perceptions can aid in the transformation of our routines, while rigid self-concepts might hinder our advancement. Clear advises against allowing a single characteristic to dominate your entire self-perception. He recommends that individuals maintain a malleable and adjustable sense of self to remain steadfast amidst life's shifting conditions. A fixed view of oneself can hinder the adoption of new routines and adapting to evolving requirements. An injury that halts your career as a marathon runner might result in a deep feeling of loss, as if part of your identity has vanished. However, by expanding your self-perception to encompass the identity of someone who excels in physical challenges and is committed to self-improvement, you can adjust your habitual actions to include different forms of exercise, thereby maintaining your sense of self even when running ceases to be part of your usual activities. Minor adjustments in one's actions can lead to significant outcomes when they are compiled over a duration. Minor, regular enhancements in habits might appear trivial at first, yet they can culminate in extraordinary outcomes as time progresses. Small, consistent enhancements, when accumulated daily, can lead to significant transformation. Clear emphasizes the importance of small improvements and the substantial impact that even seemingly insignificant habits can have when they build up over time. He underscores the significance of acknowledging minor, everyday improvements, each contributing a mere 1%, which he describes as atomic progressions that collectively compound to create significant transformations over time. Consistent small changes, when implemented routinely, have the potential to lead to substantial advancements over time, similar to how consistent contributions grow due to compound interest. Clear suggests that many individuals often underestimate the impact of small, gradual changes. We often expect progress to unfold quickly and in a direct line. The profound impact of changing habits lies in the gradual and collective influence of actions that might seem trivial in isolation. The story of the stonecutter illustrates how continuous effort, as opposed to a solitary event, leads to significant breakthroughs. Progressing steadily is just as crucial as taking significant steps forward. It's vital to avoid small setbacks to attain success. Clear emphasizes the necessity of maintaining regularity in one's actions while steering clear of any regressions. He warns that even small obstacles can interfere with the overall effect, thus hindering long-term advancement. Safeguarding against setbacks is just as crucial as pursuing progress in order to achieve lasting success. Clear's guideline, which suggests always rebounding after a slip, provides a pragmatic method for dealing with obstacles. He advises individuals to quickly return to their regular habits after a lapse to prevent one mistake from setting off a cascade of setbacks. By focusing on consistency and preventing relapses, you guarantee that the cumulative impact enhances the benefits of your habits over time. To achieve mastery, one must continuously refine their skills and remain committed to improvement, even after experiencing initial success. Regularly dedicating moments for introspective evaluation of your habits is essential to enhance them from satisfactory to outstanding. Clear argues that achieving mastery goes beyond just forming habits. It requires an ongoing process of improvement and development. To progress from being competent to excelling, one must undertake intensive and deliberate practice aimed at improving specific aspects of their abilities. Through regular reflection and evaluation of your behavior, you can improve your routines and sharpen your skills. James Clear demonstrates the value of evaluating past performances by discussing the program known as Career Best Effort, which was put into practice by the basketball team from Los Angeles. The Lakers, a team endowed with considerable talent, enhanced their performance and achieved greater degrees of success through diligent tracking of their progress and a focus on consistent, small-scale improvements. Continuously practicing habits and avoiding complacency are crucial to preserving the advancements gained from consistent hard work. Clear emphasizes the challenging reality that achieving expertise often requires one to accept the monotony associated with regular training. To ensure continued progress, it's essential to keep up a consistent routine, especially when the initial excitement wanes and the habit becomes more of a routine task. Clear underscores the necessity of adopting an attitude similar to one found in a seasoned expert, highlighting the significance of consistent commitment and resilience, especially when enthusiasm wanes. He contends that a hallmark of those who attain genuine expertise is their willingness to find passion in the monotony, committing to the consistent practice necessary for exceptional achievement. By persistently pursuing improvement and avoiding complacency, you can transform ordinary habits into extraordinary results. Here are the supplemental materials included in this remarkable book. The quartet of critical phases necessary for habit development, as outlined by James Clear, includes cue, craving, response, and reward. These four elements form a loop that starts with a cue, triggers a craving, leads to a response, and culminates in a reward, reinforcing the habit. The cue acts as a signal for a potential reward, the craving drives the motivation, the response is the behavior or action, and the reward reinforces the habit loop. Time inconsistency in decision-making is a concept in behavioral economics where individuals make choices that are inconsistent over time. It occurs when people's preferences change depending on the timing of the decision, often valuing immediate rewards more than larger delayed rewards. This tendency can lead to actions that prioritize short-term gratification over long-term benefits, impacting habits and goal achievement. Understanding time inconsistency is crucial for developing strategies to overcome impulsive decision-making and fostering. While habits are often automatic, not all are triggered by external cues. Some may be internally motivated or arise from conscious decision-making. The pattern of cue, craving, response, and reward may not apply universally to all habits, as some habits may form without a clear reward or may not follow this linear progression. Core motivations and immediate gratification are significant drivers of behavior, but long-term planning and delayed gratification also play a role in many individuals' decision-making processes. Habits can reduce cognitive load, but they can also enhance cognitive function by freeing up mental resources for more complex tasks, rather than leading to complacency. Immediate rewards do reinforce habits, but not all habits are hard to break. With effective strategies, even deeply ingrained habits can be changed. The 4 laws of behavior change are one framework for habit formation, but other models exist and may be more effective for some individuals. Incorporating new habits into existing routines can be helpful, but it may also lead to over-reliance on those routines and difficulty in adapting to new situations. Making habits attractive is important, but it's also possible to form and maintain them. What positive change would you like to make in your life? Maybe you want to eat healthier. Maybe you want to read more books, learn a new language, or master the clarinet. Whatever changes you'd like to make, actually making them and sticking to them is easier said than done. Just wanting to eat more salad doesn't actually mean you will. Simply saying you'll read more books doesn't mean you'll pick up War and Peace instead of binging Netflix. But that's where habits come in. In these insights, I'm going to take you through the key ideas from James Clear's bestseller Atomic Habits. Together, we're going to discover that the key to making big changes in your life doesn't have to involve major upheaval. You don't need to revolutionize your behavior or reinvent yourself. Rather, you can make tiny changes to your behavior which, when repeated time and time again, will become habits that can lead to big results. Let's continue exploring the additional key takeaways of this remarkable book to gain further insights and knowledge. 1. Small habits can have a surprisingly powerful impact on your life. To kick things off, I want you to imagine a plane preparing to take off from Los Angeles. The plane's destination is New York City. The pilot enters all the correct information into the plane's computer, and the plane takes off heading in the right direction. But now imagine that, not long after takeoff, the pilot accidentally changes the flight path slightly. He only changes it by 3.5 degrees, which is nearly nothing, just a few feet. The plane's nose shifts slightly to one side, and no one, not the pilot, not the passengers, notices anything. But over the journey across the United States, the impact of this slight change would be considerable. At the end of their journey, the confused passengers, and even more confused pilot, would find themselves landing in Washington, D.C., not New York City. So, why am I telling you this? It's because, just like the confused pilot, we don't notice tiny changes in our lives. Small changes leave a negligible immediate impact. If you are out of shape today and go for a 20-minute jog, you'll still be out of shape tomorrow. If you eat a family-sized pizza for dinner, it won't make you overweight overnight. But if we repeat these small behaviors day after day, our choices compound into major results. Eat pizza every day, and you will likely have gained considerable weight after a year. Go jogging for 20 minutes every day, and you'll eventually be leaner and fitter, even though you won't notice the change happening. You've probably worked out the main insight here. It's that small habits can have a surprisingly powerful impact on your life, and you won't necessarily see this impact happening in real time. You'll only see the results of your habits after a while. Now, we know that not seeing the impact of your efforts can be dispiriting. If this is happening to you, if you're feeling discouraged by the lack of immediate positive change, then it's important to try to focus on your current trajectory rather than your current results. Let's say you have little money in the bank, but you are saving something each month. Your current results might not be that great, your nest egg is still pretty small, but you can be confident that your trajectory is right. Keep going in this direction and, in a few months or a few years, you will notice a major improvement. When the lack of perceived progress gets you down, remember that you're doing the right things and that you're moving in the right direction. But how do you get yourself on the right trajectory? You need to develop habits. In the next insight, we'll learn how they are built. 2. Habits are automated behaviors that we've learned from experience. When you walk into a dark room, you don't think about what to do next. You instinctively reach for a light switch. Reaching for a light switch is a habit. It's a behavior that you've repeated so many times that it now happens automatically. Habits like this dominate our lives, from brushing our teeth to driving our car. They are immensely powerful. 3. Building new habits requires hard-to-miss cues and a plan of action. So, we have just discovered how habits are formed. Let's briefly recap. A habit consists of 4 things. A cue, a trigger that gets you to act. A craving, a desire you want to achieve. A response, the action of the habit itself. And a reward, the positive feeling you get from completing the habit. Once you know how they work, you can start to hack the habit-forming process to get good, productive habits to stick. For humans are motivated by the anticipation of reward, so making habits attractive will help you stick to them. We're now about halfway through our exploration of atomic habits. We've looked at how powerful habits are, how they are made, and how you can use habit cues to your advantage. Now, it's time to talk about the reward side of habit building. 5. If you want to build a new habit, make that habit as easy to adopt as possible. Making a habit pleasurable is a surefire way to make it stick. Another way we can hack the habit-building process is to make it easy. Easy behaviors dominate our lives. We scroll through social media or munch through a bag of potato chips because these are easy things to do. On the other hand, doing 100 push-ups or studying Mandarin are both pretty tough and take a lot of effort. This is why we don't find ourselves drawn to intensive exercise or language learning in our spare time. 6. Making your habits immediately satisfying is essential to effective behavior change. We're getting closer to the end now. But before we're done, let's talk about the final rule for using habits to improve your life. And to do this, we need a story. It's the story of a very successful public health researcher named Stephen Luby. Back in the 1990s, Luby was working in a neighborhood of Karachi, Pakistan, and was excellent at his job. He reduced diarrhea among the local children by a huge 52%. He also cut pneumonia rates by 48% and the rate of skin infection by 35%. 7. Create a framework to keep your habits on track, using trackers and contracts. Okay, so we've learned how to build great habits. But no matter how pleasurable and satisfying we make our habits, we may still fail to maintain them. So in this final insight, let's take a look at how we can stick to our good intentions. One simple trick for making new habits stick is called habit tracking. In conclusion, Atomic Habits by James Clear offers practical strategies and insights to help you optimize your habits and achieve your full potential. By focusing on small changes and consistent behaviors, you can create a positive ripple effect in your life. We hope this summary has inspired you to take action and embark on your own habit transformation journey. You can find the link to acquire a copy of this incredible book in the description below. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you found this book summary helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more book summaries and self-improvement tips to help you achieve your goals and lead a more fulfilling life. And share this uplifting summary with someone who may benefit from hearing them. Leave a comment down below if you've read this book or have any other recommendations for us. And also don't forget to explore our curated playlists of book summaries covering various topics. Until next time, stay awesome and keep learning.